In this world I expect tribulation. Blessed be God that he is the comfort to me.
Who is the man who wrote these words, and what can we learn from his struggle?
By age 22, a year older than me, David Brainerd was already coughing blood from the tuberculosis which ultimately killed him. In 1746, this is what he wrote.
Exercised with a violent cough and a considerable fever, had no appetite to any of food. Was able, however, to ride over to my people, about 2 miles, every day, and take some care of the Indians.
Who were the Indians? These were the Native Americans of Massachusetts, Delaware, and New Jersey, to whom David had been sent 4 years ago as a missionary. Writing from their settlements, he wrote,
I was distressed for want of suitable food. I am forced to go or send 10 or 15 miles for all the bread I eat.
Pain was also within, as Brainerd is suspected to have struggled with bouts of depression.
Was so overwhelmed with dejection that I knew not how to live. I longed for death exceedingly. I was so much oppressed that my soul was in a kind of horror.
3 things about David's life impress and humble me. First, he used his weakness to whet his appetite for heaven and depend on God. His inward and outward pain served to
wean me more from the earth, and I trust will make heaven the sweeter.
Instead of hoping for earthly ease, he trusted in eternal joy. Secondly, David was faithful in trial. He prayed constantly, pleading for strength and comfort, which sometimes came and sometimes didn't. Once he wrote,
I withdrew and endeavoured to pray, but found myself awfully deserted, and had an afflicting sense of my vileness and meanness.
David struggled with the silence of God for reasons I don't know, but he persisted in obedience, determined to make the best of his short and painful life.
Oh, that I may never loiter on my heavenly journey.
Thirdly, David loved others even when he didn't love them. Sometimes he prayed himself to sleep for the Native Americans, overcome with emotion. But another time, this is what he wrote.
About noon, rode up to the Indians. Could feel no desires for them, and even dreaded to say anything to them.
So we know that his heart wasn't always full of love for the people he served, but while it would have been tempting for Brainerd to stay in bed and wait for nice feelings to return, he persisted in ministry. This shows love as a choice, as a course of action. It should encourage us to know that even Brainerd, the respected missionary, did not always feel up to his task, but it should also challenge us to choose to love with hands and feet when heart and mind are flagging.